The moment you've all been waiting for. The royal hostess with the mostest. The queen bee with the money, honey.
BeePlus.
That's right. And it's time you all bow to the real queen bee.
Here she comes, the most beautiful bee in the universe.
You're stealing all the bees just because you're jealous?
No, that's just a bonus. My actual plan is to capture all the queens. Their hives will then have no choice but to follow me.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome. Sorry for all of the confusion with the time. I had no idea that I had put this on 9 o'clock because I'm an idiot. So I was thinking I had it at 9:30 and no, and I'm still late. So regardless, it sucks. So I was going to do this last night, but then I noticed that there were a few people live that I know people in this community want to watch. So I decided that I would push it back till today. So what I want to do today, and I kind of want to overview what I'm doing here before I get started. So I've been in this community for a while, so not under this name. And I haven't always been somebody who's active in chat. I've, a lot of the time was just a lurker. So I started coming around this neighborhood when it was Watts Island. And I don't think people realize where a lot of this started. So what the topic of tonight's conversation is, we're talking about the Natasha Cooper situation with Mommy Ramblings. So I want to make it very clear. I don't have a dog in this fight per se. Actually, that's not the right phrase. I don't know Mommy Ramblings. I'm not familiar with her community so much. I have been going through a lot of her stuff over the past few days, so I can actually get an accurate sense, because my memory isn't always accurate, as memories tend to be. So I wanted to be sure I'm giving you guys accurate information. So I have been watching a bunch of it, so I don't say anything that isn't true. But I am going to be doing mostly videos today. So what I'm going to be showing to you is, I'm not sure how many of you guys were around during the Watts Island stuff. So there was a lot of drama that went on Watts Island well before all of this happened. And Natasha Cooper was a part of that. And where it stemmed from, and I don't know how, well, okay, I'm going to show you. So it stemmed from the fact that there was, she's friends with the Shenan's family, and they had gone on Carolyn's channel and did a live with her about how, they wanted people to stop talking about the case. They just wanted it to be over. The case is closed. There's nothing new to say. And then you had channels like Natasha, who were posting very clickbait titles and just rumors. There was one about saying that Chris Watts offed himself. There was another about a baby. And her justification, as you'll see soon, was that she put a question mark at the end of it. But still, those are inflammatory statements to make. And the issue was that Carolyn was calling out these channels that were, in her opinion, and the family's opinion, which should matter the most, honestly, exploiting the case for money. And it was this whole thing that they were calling the script, right? The script. So let me say hello to some people before I get started with that. But I just, I'm going to actually play a little bit of the time Natasha Cooper went up on Carolyn's panel. And in my opinion, this is where this more or less began. And the really cool thing about Carolyn is that she doesn't take any of her videos down. I think what happens though, is that Carolyn goes live consistently. Carolyn is live every day. So, and it's hours. So when people go and they want to look for the receipts for things, it's hard to find. But they're there. She doesn't delete anything. Okay. And it's wonderful. And Natasha deletes everything. And what Natasha's counting on is that people can't see her videos now conveniently, because her channels aren't here. So, unfortunately, people are just gonna have to believe her narrative. But I'm gonna show you guys this. So we're gonna this was last summer, Ginger. That's right. This was last summer, and we're gonna watch a little bit of this interview. I'm gonna put it at extra speed so we can go by. It's a long interview. We're not gonna watch, not an interview, but interaction. We're not gonna watch the whole thing. But I want to share some of it. I'm obviously gonna do fair use, but I don't think Carolyn will have an issue of me doing this. I hope not. This is basically trying to back her up here. I don't know her. I don't know anything. I just know that Natasha Cooper is not being honest here. So there we go. This isn't about what Carolyn may or may not have done in any point. That's not what this conversation is about. This is just about her and Natasha. So yeah, I agree, Ruth Ann. She has been through a lot, and that's for sure. And I mean, I always have to tell myself that, if you experience a loss like she has, how I would react to that. I can't even imagine it. So I always have to keep that in the back of my mind with everything, because I can't even fathom having to be in that situation. But yeah, so hello to everybody that's in here. Ninja Mama Voices, Ruth Ann. Let's see, Barb, Ginger, Remy. Let's see, Rody Gal, Earthbound Spirit. Let's see, Boots Mama, Cool Gamer. I think that's about it, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna be playing this. So yeah, so I'm gonna do that. We're gonna play that, and then I have a video of Natasha from a couple nights ago where she is saying what this letter supposedly said about what Carolyn would be accusing her of. And she's laughing at it like she never did those things, but I have videos of her literally doing those things. So, I'm going to show those as well. So, yes, let's see. I don't think the Kool-Aid, I'm not sure if I've ever heard that. I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard that other one speak. So, I really couldn't tell you about that. But, all right, so let me share my screen here and we will get into it. All right. So I will not be looking at the chat during this, so please be on your best behavior. Like I said, this isn't like a bashing session here. I just want you guys to see this particular video here. I'm going to start Snow Remover. I'm going to start at where Natasha comes on. Because otherwise we're going to be here all night, but we're going to be dropping the link to that video so people can go and watch it for themselves if they want to. Because I want people to be able to see the whole thing, because the whole thing is really, it's important. It's a really good live to watch. I have like my video here too, but I want people to hear the crux of it here. But I will be playing. I listened to it today, so I think I have the right part. So, but Michelle, you will be linking that. Just keep dropping the link. So if anybody wants to hear the entire thing, she'll share a link to the video. But let me see. Okay. Let me make sure I get the right one here. And okay. All right. I'm not really good at this, guys, so bear with me. I never do this. I never stream other people's stuff, but I think it needs to happen. Okay. So, all right. This is, I think, close to the time. So I'll put it back a little bit. So, all right. Natasha comes on because she heard that Carolyn had called her out for these clickbait inflammatory statements that she was labeling her video, as a way to get views and subscribers. And I don't agree with doing stuff like that, but all right, hopefully this is early enough. So I'll be trying to do fair use with this. I don't want to piss anybody off, but.
Natasha asked for a link. Now, if she comes up and wants to discuss, okay, that's fine. But if it gets bad, we're going to take her out. Okay?
Right. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You know it.
They're streaming and making this a circus. Well, we're not going to allow a circus. Scooters are going to be the ringmaster, right? Or what are they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Ringmaster, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, guys, this was last summer.
Did you get it?
Yeah. Hello? Okay. Hello? Yes?
I was just told that you said that I make racial slurs, and that I said I would talk about whoever I wanted to, whenever I wanted to, and that I was going to bring up every new thing about the case, and that I didn't care anything about the rejects.
I didn't say you. Okay, you've got it almost right. Okay, and I'll tell you exactly. Oh, I heard racial slurs about, I think is it your niece that's biracial, and she was talking about something, and there's a video, it's on a channel, I believe it's called, it's your face is there on the thing, and the child comes up to you and she says something.
Let me clarify. Yes, that has been on the internet for over 2 years. I have had 36 CPS calls in the last 2.5 years because I have custody of my niece and I'm trying to adopt her. We're in the process. That was done by ex-clients of mine. It has been clipped. That is not the entire conversation. It has been investigated by CPS 36 times. my niece is still in my custody. Everything was found to not be true, and my niece has even spoken online about it. She is now almost 14. So for you to repeat that, it was something that you saw on the internet that you have no idea if it's true.
I saw you with your own mouth.
Now, I can say, what did I say? I said Negro.
Okay. You
You
said.
did not see me with my own mouth. I said Negro.
Okay.
You have no idea.
I'm not going to repeat what I heard because I'm not going to say that.
Well,
But
I didn't say it. I didn't say the word. So, I mean, you can say what you want.
your niece says something to you, something about you called her that, and you said only when you're being a pest or something, only when you're acting up.
What I just said was that was clipped, and you have no idea if that is true or not. But you were repeating it, correct? And that is the same thing that you said.
No.
That nobody wants to happen.
Wow.
So I have to pause here and there. So basically, she's referring to that infamous video that I think many of us have seen. Natasha is stating that apparently she's never said that to her. So according to Natasha here, her niece is lying, which I don't believe. And Carolyn is just calling her out for that. I actually think Carolyn handled this little, I don't want to call it an interview, but I actually was really impressed with how this didn't turn into what it turns into elsewhere. You're going to see the difference here. They have actually a decent conversation, and I think Carolyn gets her points across. And Natasha, now I just want people that maybe haven't seen this to see what Natasha's saying here, because it doesn't check out with what she's saying now or in the past, because a lot of those people are from the Petito case, right? So they've never seen this. So I'm going to keep going, and I do have to pause, obviously, for fair use. I never do this, so.
Make videos all the time.
Why are you yelling? Excuse me. Why can't you? I can't even respond because you're just talking over me. Okay. So on to the other thing. I was going to say to you, on to the other thing. Last night, yes, I heard you. You said no one is going to tell me what I can talk about on my channel. I will talk about whatever I want, whenever I want. And for the Watts case, I will cover that every time there's something new. And if the family doesn't like it, they can get off YouTube.
No, ma'am, that's not what I said.
Okay.
I said that, and you have no idea what the context was.
I was listening. What do you mean I don't know what the context was?
Did you watch the whole show?
I listened to that part. Yes, I did.
Okay,
Oh, yes.
right. I did say I will talk about whatever I want to on my channel whenever I want to. 2 weeks ago, and all of my viewers can attest to this, I said Saint's video made me cry. And I wanted no part of the Watts case going forward unless something new came up. That I would not be talking about it, nor have I been. I've been covering different cases on my true crime channel. I have not been talking about the Watts case.
Excuse me, Natasha. Why do you have that defensive tone? You know, what is it?
Why? Because of the way that
why are you
you're
being so
talking about
defensive?
this now.
No, you know what?
You would be too.
Natasha, you're the one that went on State
Excuse me.
Robbie and said, "Oh, I'm so ugly in my hair," right? You attacked my looks, remember? Or you forgot that too?
So that's what this is about.
No, that's
No,
not what it's
Natasha.
about.
Yeah.
I see this, Natasha.
I
don't
see
think
now.
people take screenshots of your stuff.
I see
Watch your
now. I
channel.
see now.
Okay,
Right.
well, you know what, Natasha? When we take depositions from people, we can tell when they're defensive, lying, and trying to get out of something by the tone of their voice.
That's
Right?
right.
And nobody on here comes in here with the tone that you have. The minute you
Okay.
came on here, you were being so defensive.
Okay.
Yeah, you are.
I'm
Go
going
to
to
your
never
mind.
watch this channel.
I'm sure you haven't. I'm sure you haven't
I
ever
haven't.
watched. Yeah, I'm sure you haven't.
I've seen screenshots of you, but I've never watched you.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay.
The only reason that I came here was because people said that you were talking about me. So it is what it is. But I get it now. So
What is this like?
All right.
elementary
You get it now? Okay.
I know why you talked about.
All right. So then
Because
since there's nothing new in the Watts case, and there will be nothing new in the Watts case, then you won't be creating any new Watts content.
not unless I get some new
Oh,
something.
some fake stuff? Oh, okay. Some more fake
For like
stuff.
what you commented on about me.
So you guys need to understand like that this is obviously frustrating. So Carolyn has like a connection with Shanann's parents, and it hurts them to have people spreading misinformation and disinformation about their daughter. And quite frankly, that's the stuff that gets views on here. So a lot of creators are willing to kind of stoop to that level to get those views. Because those videos, if you look at them, I mean, obviously you can't on Natasha's now, but those are going to get a lot of views. So Carolyn's going to bat for them here. I think that she has some good points on that. And Natasha just, it gets better, guys. It gets better. Just listen to what Natasha says, and then, compare it to what she's saying now. Because like I said, I doubt many people have seen this video because this is from last summer.
Fake scripts? Yeah. Okay.
That were put out there by fake channels. Yeah, you're right. Fake stuff. Just what you commented about me with the racial slurs.
Yeah,
I'll be happy to put you in touch with my caseworker so that you can talk to her directly and see that it's a lie.
That's okay. That's okay.
No, because you don't want the truth.
Okay. I don't want the truth. No.
You want to talk badly about someone, but you don't want them to defend themselves.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Whatever, Natasha. Okay.
You don't want anybody to talk about anything that has anything to do with your family, but you bring up my niece.
Oh,
What does my niece have to do with this case? What does my
Lady,
niece
she
have to
didn't
do
say
with this?
anything. Lady, she didn't say anything about your niece.
Yes, she did. She said I called my niece racial slurs.
Well,
It's
whatever
in a video that
I don't care where it's at. That doesn't mean you have to repeat it when you don't know if it's factual.
Calm down, Natasha. You're gonna raise your blood pressure.
I don't care if I am. This is about my child. So yes, I'm very upset.
Well, this is about
yeah,
the
you're very upset.
child and about their
Exactly.
parents.
Right, and you're talking about
Do you
their
see how
child and-
upset they are? You see how I have never said anything negative about Shanann or their babies. I don't let anyone say anything negative on my channel about Shanann or their babies.
Aren't you the one that reported that there was a raid at the Watts house and it was only a water main break?
Nope, I didn't. It was not a water main break.
Okay.
That didn't have anything to do with it.
Okay. It was not a raid. It was
We're
not.
talking about children.
No, so you
I'm
keep
not
changing.
talking about the Watts now.
Yeah,
I'm talking about children.
because you keep deflecting when I'm asking you
No,
real
you're
quick.
deflecting.
No,
You're
deflecting.
changing the subject completely. I will own anything I said. All my
But
videos
then
are
answer
live.
me.
I take things down.
Did
All
you
your
not
videos
say
are up.
that
You don't
the
take
Watts
things
house
down?
was
I
being
said
raided?
I received a message
Okay.
that said it was raided. I never said it was true. I went live and asked if anybody had any information about it, which is what I do every time I get information that I can't corroborate.
And
Why
see,
don't you call the police?
Why don't you-
and see, I'm not cool with that. If you're gonna come on here, you don't come online with a clickbait title, to get hype about something. What you do, if you really do true crime on here and you really are serious about it and respectful to the families, you're gonna do everything you can to confirm it behind the scenes before you bring it to YouTube. That's not what Natasha's doing here. Yeah, she also denies doing the spirit boxes later on, which we all have seen that happen as well. So I don't know. And she says she's never taken videos down. All her videos are up. She took videos down all the time.
Why don't you make sure?
They won't tell you anything. The police, are you kidding?
Excuse me, Natasha. I deal with the police all the time. You have to know
I
how
don't
to
care
get
who
the
you deal with.
information.
I don't
You have to
care
know
who
how
you
to get the information. Obviously, you're not going about it the right way.
Okay,
There's
okay.
ways to get information.
Okay,
There are
I've been
legal
doing
ways
this
to
for
get
3 years.
public
I know how to get
information.
information.
Yeah, there's illegal ways to get public information. So why would you even bring that up if you have
Mimi,
concern?
Mimi, please bring it down. Let's just all talk normal, okay? We don't need to yell or anything. Let's just be nice and
Well, that's-
calm.
Okay.
I'm going to say this and then I'm done. I'm just going to say this. You don't want anybody else to talk about somebody's children. Don't speak about mine when you have no idea if what you're saying is the truth. And do
I
not call
wasn't
me a
speaking
racist
about
or
your child.
say-
I was
or
not. I
say
never
that
mentioned your child.
made racial slurs. Yes, you did.
I said you made a racial slur. I never.
And then when I came on here,
You asked me where I
said-
saw it. You asked
my
me where I saw it.
I didn't ask you anything about
Yes.
what my niece said. You brought her up.
You asked me how I know that and where I saw it.
And you do not know if it is the truth. That's what I'm saying. You should not. You want to talk about everybody else not wanting to talk about the Richard family. You shouldn't talk about people's families and accusations that you don't know are true. You're upset because I said something about
I'm
your
not
niece.
upset.
Get over it.
I'm not upset.
Get over it.
I'm not upset, and don't tell me what to get over because I'm not
Obviously you
upset. No, obviously you
If
sound
you wouldn't
upset.
have mentioned me. Okay.
I'm upset about you making up stuff about the case.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what I'm
okay.
upset about. Yeah.
That happened how long ago? And you're just bringing it up because I said something
That's
on
not the-
Ross
that's
Channel
not the
about
only-
your hair.
That's not the
Don't
only.
even.
Yeah. Okay.
It's obvious. You're just bringing it up, but I talked about that 6 months ago
6 months
because
ago.
I said something about your hair.
No.
Get over it.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Now you're
that's
after me because I said something about your hair.
No.
I think you can take, she's had a lot worse
Okay.
than that.
Yeah, I've had a lot worse than that. I'm not worried
I
about
don't
what
care
you said
what
about
you
my hair.
have. So did I.
I-
But you should not have brought up anything about racial slurs. If you have an issue with me talking about the reshacks, bring that up. But do not bring up things on my
Excuse
personal
me.
life when I said nothing about
Natasha, it's out there. And the
I don't
internet,
care.
we have to
Doesn't
be
mean you have to talk
accountable.
about it.
We have to be accountable for what we do on the internet. And it
Okay,
gets
you certainly
it's
do.
against
You
terms of
certainly do.
service.
You certainly do.
Yes, that's why it
You
was brought up.
certainly do. And that's why you shouldn't speak about things you don't know if
I
it's
do
true.
know because I saw the videos and it was you right there. I know.
Because you saw it on YouTube, it's true. That is complete and total.
It's not something
Oh.
that's clipped without your face. You're speaking, Natasha.
I never said the word.
Okay, I'll put the link in and they
Please
can.
do.
Okay,
Please
and,
do.
and everybody can just make their own mind up. Okay.
Please do. Please
All
do.
right. All right.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
So as you can see, guys, and the reason I'm going to say this continuously in case there's new people, the reason I'm playing this is because Carolyn has a lot of content. Like, she does videos very consistently. She's on a schedule about it. So this is from last summer. So you would have to scroll through. I don't even know how many videos. I listened to this one live, actually. This one I listened to live because I was actually watching Natasha at the time, and she said she was going. So I heard this because Natasha was actually streaming it at that point. But this was all. This is my introduction to Carolyn. Was this, and I actually thought she handled herself quite well. Natasha seems the one, being Natasha, and so I just wanted people to hear this that are probably maybe new to the community. This is where I think it stemmed from. Is that Natasha? I hate saying this because I think it's like it feels gross to say, but I do think Natasha was upset that Carolyn had a connection with the family. I think that she was very jealous of that. And I think that upset her. So there was this whole thing going on. And of course she doesn't like to get called out either. So whatever. But this is like the root of this. Like, if Natasha likes to say that, like, she's never done anything, this is all new, coming out in left field, nowhere. No, that's not true at all. So let's continue.
This is the most ridiculous thing ever.
Are you serious about you're not going to talk about?
I've been serious. That's why I don't know why this I was brought up to begin with. I've dead serious about it. I have done nothing but be supportive to the Rusex and about Shanann and those babies. And for her to bring me up on this channel about this tonight, yes, I'm upset. And for her to say that I made racial remarks, yes, I'm upset. And anybody else would be too.
No, because you're involved in this. You're one of the people that have been going with this storyline about this case.
Lady, I didn't even start talking about this case until November.
I understand that. And that's when it was definitely a closed case in November. There was nothing to really talk about. It had been talked to death about it. So why would you start up?
The Netflix thing came out. That's how I found out about it. I had never even heard about this case until then.
Okay, but there was never any new information on the case.
That doesn't mean that I can't talk about it. Everybody in the country was talking about the Netflix show. Why
The
can't I talk
Netflix
about
show,
something
the
I
Netflix
thought
show is something, but it wasn't just about the Netflix show. There was new things that were being reported that never happened.
Well, that's how true crime discussion work.
No, that's conspiracy, and
It's true crime discussion.
they didn't
You can
happen.
discuss anything you want to.
A discussion is different, but saying that there's new breaking news, okay, is a lie.
No, it's not if you get the information. And never once in anything that I say.
There's no
I say
information. The
that I know for sure it is true. Never have I ever.
So because
you,
you come on and say, I don't know for sure this is true, then you can just report on anything. Is that what you're saying?
a lot of other people do. I sure can. If I get new information and I show
And I would say what my mother said, Natasha, if everybody's jumping up for
Can
preacher, you can jump
anybody
too.
corroborate this? Can anybody corroborate
But
this?
why do that? You
Have
should do
any
your
information?
research before you come on.
Amen.
Why should I mean, seriously,
I know, because you get more views if you don't, right? And it's about views and money.
I could care less about the views. I don't need views.
Okay. Yeah. Right. All right.
Natasha, can we just, okay, do you think the Rusex family's watching and they're just not wanting people to do the conspiracy thing?
I understand that completely, and that's why I'm so upset, because I have never been anything but supportive of the Rusex family and Shanann and those babies. That's it. I have never allowed anybody in any of my past to speak negatively about them at all.
But you're on
I don't allow anybody to say anything negative about Shanann. I don't allow any theories that are involving Shanann. I don't allow any of that because I do not agree with it. I do not agree with disrespecting the dead because they are not here to defend themselves.
Well, that's really good.
And I have never done that. And for me to be brought up on this channel and included with some of these other people who come up with the craziest mess I've ever heard of, it's ridiculous. And then also wrote in that I make racial slurs. Yes, I am upset.
Why are you live streaming our show?
I was live when it happened.
Okay, but that doesn't. I'm live when a lot of stuff happens. I don't stream.
They're listening to our conversation.
Because it has to be content.
They're not watching you. They're listening to me. I'm on my phone.
Yeah, okay, well, you don't just stream someone's conversations. Anyway, Natasha, you know that everybody knows what kind of content that there was, and it's reckless to say I'm just going to run with it, anything that someone tells me. If I don't know it, and I can do that as long as I say I don't know this is true.
Amen.
That's reckless.
Please go and look at all of my content and tell me when I've ever said that I can just run with anything. There have been two things that I have said. Two things.
Okay.
And those both came from people that were family members.
Wasn't there stuff that NK's all about NK and her, her cousin and everybody and the channel and all of that stuff and the problems with the Mandy C over that and all that? What about that?
Yeah, ask Mark, what's his name? Mark Leslie. Yeah, he investigated all that and showed that I had nothing to do with it.
Okay, but there was stuff that you were saying that, oh, Natasha's live about this, Natasha's live about that, about
yeah, these people kept calling me and making allegations about Chris. Yes, they did.
But it wasn't true.
No, I told them that, and they knew it wasn't. I never believed it. I always said this is alleged to be true. We were trying to find out who was behind that channel.
Okay, but
and I did.
Okay, but it's not factual reporting. It's not really new news. It's not breaking stuff. It's lies.
Well, you may think that, okay? You've been covering this since the beginning. Like I said, I started in November, so all of this is new to me and to my viewers. I came from Facebook. I'm new to YouTube. So all of my viewers on Facebook have never heard about this case either. So this was a new case to us. So we discussed everything about this case. And I'm sorry that people don't like that. But never did I ever say anything negative about the Rusex or Shanann or those children, ever.
Did you claim that Shanann had twins?
No, I did not claim. I said that
I did. People said they did, but so you reported on it though that people said.
No. We talked about it in a discussion that somebody had sent me a message and I showed the message and said, "This is what I was told."
But you would know that's not true just from the autopsy.
What?
You would know that she did not have twins just by the autopsy.
How would you not just have twins from an autopsy?
Oh my God.
Correct.
Because there was only one baby that was born, and that was Nico.
Honey, I'm not talking about when she died. I'm talking about previously. They said she was pregnant in North Carolina. It had nothing.
So basically what she's talking about here is basically Natasha had been posting these videos, and a lot of them actually, in my recollection of it, I mean, if she's welcome to post them again. So, because I'm sure they do add up in StreamYard. Like, you can repost any videos. At least mine does that. I don't know if hers does or not, but it would have all those videos. Although she's got live so many times, maybe she doesn't have them. But she was, and I believe it did say breaking news. So there was a few times where Natasha said, and I clicked on every one of these lives. It did its job. It got my attention. So there was one about Chris Watts having offed himself. There was another one about there being like a secret love baby that she had put up about that was NK or whatever. There was that water, the house that I remember actually clicking on that one too, that she said that the house had been broken into before she's doing the research. So I think what was frustrating for Carolyn, I can imagine it would be, is that if you're, like I said, if you're serious about covering true crime, you don't just jump on these conspiracy things as clickbait. It's called having integrity. It's not like you can't discuss, uh, theories about things. I don't have a problem with that. But if you're going to put that as your title to get as many viewers as possible into your chat, I have an issue with that too. I don't think that's right, especially when it's something that, paints Shanann in a bad light. I mean, the woman is dead. I mean, she was murdered and she can't stand up for herself. And she, when I don't like that. That's the one thing about that you have to tread very lightly with. But that's basically what's going on here. And then she also denies the spirit box sessions. But she does this thing where she does half truths, where she'll say that she didn't do it, but like she facilitated it, if that makes sense. And yeah, I am trying to pause because I have to do the fair use stuff. Although I am trying my very best to do that. I had to get up to go get something. So hopefully, I hope Carolyn is okay with me doing this, because like I said, there's a lot of new people that don't know about this part. They don't know this. And if they go to Carolyn's channel, you're not going to be able to find it. It's not easy to find. And I have not seen any clip videos make anything about this. So we're going to be dropping the link to this if you want to see the entire video. In fact, all of the videos from around this time are really interesting to watch. So I suggest watching all of those if you want to get a good sense of where all this started. So after we listen to this for a little bit, I'm going to hop on to the video that I made about this, where I have Natasha saying the most disgusting things about Carolyn. The stuff that she says she hasn't said, but I have it. So we're going to play that as well. And there will be a trigger warning on that because it's pretty gross, but let's continue with this.
Thing to do with Nico.
That she was pregnant in North Carolina when?
I'll have to go back and look at the date. That was months ago. That was when I first started the case.
Okay. All right.
People were sending me
So
all
much
kinds of
hearsay.
stuff.
That's just gossip.
You don't even know the half of it. You don't even know the half of the stuff that we get every day.
I know. You see, you have to understand. I do, because I would get that, but you have to do your research as a
Listen, I have a
creator.
research team. I do my research. But what I'm saying is, when people come through
No,
that,
she
and I'm saying,
doesn't.
when we're having a discussion, that doesn't mean I'm saying this is what is true. I talk about things that people come and say, other people come into the chat and say things, and then things are discussed. It's not that I'm putting things out there like they're true. We talk about all kinds of things that are ridiculous that people say about the case. We talk about all kinds of things that people say. I mean, one lady came on the channel and said that, and in the chat said that she was taken by aliens. I mean, people say all kinds of things. When you have a discussion group, as long as people are respectful, they can talk about whatever they want to. You know, I mean, it is what it is.
But it really isn't what it is. Then don't call it true crime with Natasha, because it's not.
Amen.
What Carolyn does is she researches it. She just doesn't and she calls you on it if she knows it's not fact. And she won't let anyone, talk about just,
This is what, I mean, I don't know how we got on this
because she
subject, but
researches it. She
the
knows
thing,
it.
the reason I came on this channel was because you said that I said something I didn't. And because you accused me of saying racial slurs. That is why I came on.
No, I didn't accuse you. I said to you, I saw it in a video.
But you don't know if it's true. You don't know if it's been clipped.
I think that's why Natasha's biggest thing with Carolyn is that she's like, one of the big insults that she constantly throws at her is that she just reads the headlines and stuff. I think what she's getting confused with is that Carolyn reads the facts, not, all of this fiction and conjecture and conspiracy. And I think that I know Natasha says that Carolyn is jealous of her. I don't know why Carolyn would be jealous of Natasha, but I think that she's jealous of Carolyn because Carolyn, at this point in time, had like a big footing in true crime, and people went to her channel because they knew that they could hear about this, and they're not going to be hearing about wild conspiracies, and they're going to get the facts. And I think that's maybe what Natasha wants. But she can't, for whatever reason, she can't be successful doing that. So she has to stoop to a lower level, which she did. And Carolyn is simply calling her out on her bullshit, which is how all of this got started, in my opinion.
Okay, so if somebody's, wait, Natasha, as I sit here tonight in this video and I say, Scooter, is your shirt red? Scooter, that's a red shirt that you're wearing. Now, tomorrow night, if someone says to me, I heard
Scooter.
You said Scooter had a red shirt on. And would I say, well, how do you know that's true that I said that? I saw it in the video and you said it. I saw it with your face and I saw it with your mouth and I heard your voice.
I said what I said. But the things are clipped together. It's not the entire video. It's literally a few seconds of the entire conversation that you has been investigated until the cows come home and found to not be true. So for you to get on here and say that I made racial slurs,
What about Ms.
and the
Mensah?
adoption investigators and everybody else have found that
Okay,
it's
Natasha,
not true?
can we talk about something more important? What about Ms. Mensah?
What about her?
So you say that you are for Shanann and you don't allow things against Shanann to be
don't.
said. Why would you appear on a panel with Ms. Mensah who does nothing but rip apart Shanann and lie about Shanann?
You tell me where, when I was on that panel, that she said anything about Shanann.
That's all Ms. Mensah has done.
That whole thing has nothing to do with.
So I'm not familiar with Miss Mensah. I have heard things about her. I never went to her channel. That is not a channel I frequented. So all I know is what I've heard. All I know is that I feel like that was one of the ones that had a reputation of saying, not so great things about Shanann. I feel like that was what basically the gist of what I had heard about that is. So I guess Natasha had been on that channel, which, she's going to pull the age, the age-old, excuse of, well, they weren't talking about it when I was on that panel, so I don't condone it, which is what everybody says when they get called out. I have said it myself. Well, I wasn't in there when they were talking about you, but you're in the chat of somebody who, or on a panel of somebody. You guys know what I'm saying. We've been hearing a lot about that lately. Let's see. I'm going to play a little bit more of this. Like I said, if you want to see the rest of this, I really hope you do go and watch the rest of this thing, because it's long. It's long. I would be on here quite a bit of time but I do want people to know that, if they want to see the big picture of all of it, it's available. It's out there. It's on Carolyn's channel. And if I link you to this video, you can just go kind of click on the ones that are around that one, which are very interesting. I hadn't listened to them. I listened to them today. I learned some things. So, all right, let's continue.
She said many untrue things, and one of them was.
But that has nothing to do with me. That was the first time I've ever been on her channel, and the first time I ever went on her channel, because she asked me up there and asked me if I would do a debate with her, because she wanted to talk about her opinion, and she wanted me to talk about mine, because she knows I am 1,000% pro Shanann, and she is not. That's it. So please don't try to make that into something that it's not.
Natasha, I guess you don't know about her, but she's like the biggest snake with this.
Well, she may be, but she came into my chat for like the last week at night, and I was invited to her channel, so I went there, but there was absolutely zero that was said on that panel when I was there that has anything to do with Shanann.
Yeah,
I'm 100% pro Shanann, but I wouldn't go and debate her.
Why?
I mean, because I don't want to debate people like that.
She'll let you
Why?
know.
If you get to tell your opinion and you're completely against somebody and you can have a civilized debate,
but I read the facts. We went over the facts of discovery.
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about with Mensah.
No, yes, it does, because Mensah says things that aren't true, like Shanann.
Well, that may be true, but I don't know. That's what I said. That's when she asked me if I would debate her. I said yes.
How can you debate someone that you haven't researched, though?
So I also, because I have to pause and say things. I also want you guys to know that, here she is saying, she's going to say that she's not going to talk about the Watts case anymore. She's going to act like she's agreeing, and, we're going to come to a resolution. See, she went immediately from this little, from Carolyn's. She went, I forget whose chat it was, but then she went live on her own, and they were just laughing about the entire thing. Like, this entire thing was just a big joke to her. So she's not being sincere in anything that she says. And I do wish I could have those lives, but at that point in time, I was not screen recording everything. So I don't have them because Natasha's no longer here. And yes, but let's continue. I am impressed about, usually when Natasha gets up here and she's acting like this, things turn into a zoo, and things have not been a zoo on here. I know. Imagine that. People can be civilized human beings.
Has the debate happened?
You just said you went on panel to debate her.
No, I went on panel and she asked me if I would do a debate with her publicly. She brought me on panel and asked me about my channel, my other channel, my second channel. That's why she brought me on panel. Then she asked me if I would do a debate with her.
I would have no parts of the debate about that.
Well, that's your opinion.
I know.
And that's your prerogative, everybody's different.
It is. It's just that if you said you were pro Shanann, and, I don't know why you'd be pro Shanann. It was easy with this case. A lot of cases are so hard. All 2,000 pages were sent out because this is a different case. He didn't have a trial. He confessed, and he went right to jail.
I'm very aware of everything that happened. I've read the discovery 6 times. But what I'm telling you, me being on Mrs. panel and telling her that I would do a debate with her, it literally has nothing to do with why I'm on here. I came on here because my name was mentioned, and it was said that I was going to continue discussing the case, and I am not. And 2, it was said that I make racial slurs, and I do not.
That's the weirdest part about it, though, is that, she's saying that she didn't, but the video that we all have seen, her niece says that she calls her that. Why would her niece say that, especially if they were on a live? Like, that's not, why would, and that's what I'm so confused about, is that she's, like, deflecting that when we all know that it happened. So, yeah, but this is when she first came to YouTube. So I think, times have changed. Times have changed.
Sure came in.
Well, I wouldn't
Okay,
believe that.
so
I
you didn't have
I wouldn't believe that, buddy.
Coming with
you
receipts.
didn't have any videos about NK still being in contact with Chris and contacting him in prison, nothing like that. No.
Contacting him in prison, I said that if he did, I wouldn't doubt it. But no, I've never done, because I don't have proof that he did.
You didn't have videos about that.
We may have talked about it in the chat, but nothing that was just about that in general.
Seems
I
like
mean, what is this, the Inquisition? Seriously, I came on here for two things.
you came on
I
her.
say the same thing and ask you.
You went to her.
Videos about. I mean, I've done nothing to be nice. All I'm trying for was to defend myself. And
All
I don't have
we're
any
listening.
all we're trying to say, Natasha, is that there is no new news. Everything is fake. There was a fake script that was written out that was going to last for several months and had all of this stuff that implicated innocent people like Troy and
Oh, I
Cody.
agree with you completely, and I've been saying that for months. Just like with the whole Messenger channel and that channel and all that stuff, and who was behind it. With Lana and
But you-
what did he say?
But you were at one time working with Lana on that trial, weren't you?
I was going to portray NA because I didn't want her to have somebody on there that she could bully into doing it. That's the only reason I did it, and I made that very.
I never understood that. So she's saying that she only wanted to partake in the mock trial that Lana had been setting up was because she wanted to make sure that Nicole Atkinson was portrayed well, is my understanding of what this is. Which I don't believe for a second. I think that, of course, people don't like to get called out, but I'm telling you guys, this was like different times. And honestly, like, I don't know what, like, I was just a spectator at this point. So I don't know if there was a script going around. I have no idea. But I know that I'm friendly with some of the creators that, were alleged to be part of that at one point or had their names mentioned in it. I don't know what went on, but I do know that what I was seeing a lot of was a lot of like clickbait stuff. And there were some channels, Natasha's being one of them, that weren't reporting on factual things. Like any little rumor that would go around, there would immediately be a live setup with like some sort of really clickbait title. And it wasn't everybody that was doing it, but Natasha certainly was one of them.
Very clear.
By NA, you
Because I
mean
wanted
Nicole
her to be-
Atkinson.
Yes, I wanted her to be portrayed correctly because Lana's narrative about NA is ridiculous.
Okay, but everything that Lana says is not true.
Well, I know that. I don't care for Lana at all. But you cannot care for somebody and be civil to them.
Of course, yes, absolutely. But
And like I said, guys, this is not a debate about the other creators mentioned in here. Like I said, this was a year ago. This is a year ago. So I am all about moving on, and I don't want this to be about that because they really have nothing to do with the what I'm discussing here. So I just want to make that clear. I don't want this to be like a Lana thing, or I think Kim and Crafton get brought up very briefly just in the list of names because they were Watts Island at one point. I think those are the only two that I can think of, but let's continue.
you were participating in the mock trial, right? I mean, that was the plan.
I was going to, correct. Well, I found out about another thing, but yes, I was going to portray in it. She gave me a list of questions that she was going to ask, and I researched and got the answers, and I did it because I knew that I would stand my ground with her, and other people won't, because she does not intimidate me. And I didn't want somebody to be up there that she could bully into submission and complete the narrative that she's been spinning about the Life 360 and all that stupidity, and about her being in the basement and all that ridiculous mess. So that's why I said I would do the part of NA. That is it. There's no ulterior motives. There's no nothing. Larry doesn't even get, I mean, literally, nobody even wants.
And okay, I just have a question now. Okay, so on, I believe it was May 4th, you went live with Save Robbie, and Save Robbie believes Shanann killed her children.
Okay.
He comes right out and says it. He believes
On my live?
He says it all the time.
Well, he doesn't say it on my live. On May 4th, when Robbie came on my channel, we talked about his sobriety. That's it.
You were on another panel, I'm sure, discussing this case with him. You were discussing
I've
the case.
never discussed
It wasn't about sobriety. When the one I saw was not about sobriety.
I don't know anything about that either. I wasn't introduced to who Save Robbie was until much later on, so I don't know if that was a thing. Like I said, that's not the topic of this video. Okay, like I want to make that clear. We can have conversations about whatever, anything else later on at some point, but right now this is just like Carolyn and this is Natasha, and this is just showing what went down and why I think Natasha is so angry and targets Carolyn the way that she has, because I never saw it as, Natasha says she's a victim. Natasha says that she's been the one that was bullied and Carolyn came out of nowhere gunning for her. That's not what happened.
I never discussed the case with Rocky. Rocky's my friend. And he's entitled to his opinion. Just because somebody has a different opinion doesn't mean I can't be their friend.
On opinion, it's about truth.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
It's not opinion, though. It's
Listen,
truth.
I'm not going to argue with you about opinions because everybody's entitled to them. What I said was Robbie's my friend. We have never spoken about this case. Robbie and I, neither personally nor privately, have we ever spoken about this case. Our friendship is our friendship that we have built online. That's it.
I don't know why you're coming up here so defensive.
Yeah, you're
She
yelling.
really
Are
is.
you getting down now? I'm not yelling. I'm just loud.
Bring it down. Bring it down. And we're ready to talk.
There's no reason to be
Carolyn's a great person to talk to. Talk. Bring it down just a little. It sounds like you're going to rip our heads off.
That's just how I speak. I'm a loud person in my family.
Okay, so what you're saying now is that you're going to make your true crimes going to be on other things, not the Watts case.
That's what we've been doing. I got a text on Sunday, I believe, Saturday, Sunday. Somebody sent me a text message from a fake number and said that Chris had committed suicide. So I went live. There were about 6 of us creators in there, and we called and we were able to find out within 10 minutes if it was true or not, and then it was over and done with, and I haven't spoken about anything else about it. I don't intend to.
She went live immediately with a breaking news title. It literally said breaking news, Chris Watts, blah, 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 question mark. But you couldn't see the question mark. You just saw the breaking news in big capital letters. So, she didn't, and I was actually kind of angry about that one because I went on there expecting to have some bombshell dropped, and here's Natasha asking about, she didn't do her research. She just threw a title on and used it as an excuse to go live.
So
There is nothing else.
did your headline read Chris Watts commit suicide?
Question mark. Because that's how text read. If you look, I had text the whole time.
Do you think there's any accountability on a creator that before they go live with a story like that they should verify it before they go live on
The
that?
reason I went live, and I made it very, very clear, as soon as it came live, I said, I just got this text. Does anybody have any information about this? Because we've looked and we can't find anything. So several other creators who covered this case came in and they're like, let me do some calls.
I had to go live to do that.
And we
Seriously?
found out it wasn't true, and we clarified it, and we ended the live.
Okay, I'm going to say someone in the chat says that you knew that it was not true before you went live.
No, I did not know. I just literally got the text.
Absolutely, Nicole. If you send me an email, I will definitely let you come up. Did you send me an email? Let's see. Somebody wants to say something. Janice.
wanting people just to stop the conspiracies and the speculation. They don't.
Okay, I have a question. Wait, I have a question for Natasha from someone, and it says that you had spirit box sessions on Shanann.
No, I never asked for Shanann. I asked for information about the case. I don't ever speak to anybody or ask to speak to anybody directly. I don't believe in that.
And someone, and this is a question somebody asked me. They said that you said that Sandy was doing the same thing, making money on her channel by showing the graves.
No, I said that saying that other channels are making money off of the deaths is no different than her having a channel and showing pictures of the grandkid and people seeing it and sending super chats.
That's unbelievable.
Those are her children and her.
I get that. But this is the thing. When you do something
Wait. Calm down, Natasha. Can you admit? But you said there was no difference.
There's not. When you do something online, you're opening yourself up to everything. And anybody can talk about anything that you have online.
Okay.
I mean, the truth. We're going to have to agree to disagree.
But isn't it a good, responsible person to stay away from hearsay?
That's not.
I mean, I'm not doing anybody can say anything.
Okay, Natasha, can I say something? Somebody sent me one of your videos right now, and it says, it's your thumbnail, Shanann's picture, big, on the bottom. And then in the middle, you have your magnifying glass and your face, and then there's a spirit box, and it says Chris Watts case, spirit box session. So why is Shanann's picture on there?
She's part of the case.
Do you guys see what's happening here?
Her
mother asked that she didn't want spirit boxes of her daughter. And
okay,
she asked,
listen. Okay, let me see. Would you let me finish, please? Would you please tell me the last time I did a spirit box session on Shanann? On the page?
I don't watch your channel.
I thought she didn't do it.
I saw you for the first time, but somebody just sent it to me, and I don't know if this person wants to come up and maybe they can tell me because they might watch your channel.
Yeah, well, look it up because I haven't done one in months.
Okay.
But I thought you didn't do one at all, Natasha. So now we're changing it. Now it's that you hadn't done it in months. Now that somebody sent a receipt, to Carolyn. Now he hasn't done it in months. Before it wasn't, you didn't do it at all. But that was the point I really wanted to drive home. I wanted everybody to hear that, what you just said about, oh my God, I'm drawing a blank here. Shanann's mom. And I always struggle to say that last name. I struggle with it. But that's basically what she's saying. I want people to hear that. She's saying that for her to come on and show pictures like the graves of her grandchildren and her daughter, and people send super chats, it's no different than what she's doing. Do you hear that though? Like, that is unbelievable. I didn't remember that part. Had I remembered that part, I think I would have had a completely different view. That is so cold and insensitive, and that is the words of somebody who only cares about money and themselves at any cost. And the family has asked, like, specifically about the spirit box stuff. So the basic gist of this, and the rest of this is, I don't think there's anything like that I particularly wanted to share. It's more about the gist of it is, hold on a second. Thank you, Michelle. The Rushik family. Okay. I struggle. I really, and then I get like self-conscious about not being able to say it correctly. And then I'm just like, the family. But yes, Sandra. That's her name. That's right. Sandra. To say that about her having a channel and showing her children, and the memorial that they had made, which is gorgeous, by the way. And that's the same thing as what Natasha's doing, putting clickbaity videos out that get attention and get money sent her way. That's disgusting. That's such a disgusting thing to say. Unbelievable. But the rest of this is a lot like, so like I said, I'm dropping the link for it. So if you guys want to watch the rest of this and see what else Natasha has to say, I encourage you to do so, because she's on for, I think, maybe another like 20, 30 minutes. Actually, more than that. Yeah, I'd say another 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes. But if I stay and do the rest of that, I am going to be here all night, and I do have to get up early in the morning, and I do have another video to show you, but I wanted you guys to get a sense of where I think the root of this started. And hopefully I did this justice with this, because yeah, as you can see, Carolyn and her panel guests are trying to have a very civil conversation with Natasha. Natasha is the one that's taking it to that next level. Now, mind you, Natasha went up on her panel. That's all that was happening. It's like, you never had Carolyn going over in her chat or, doing anything like that. She came to her. And I think it very much has to do with jealousy. And I think it very much has to do with the fact that, she wants to have true crime. She wants to have like this inside source. And I think she was very jealous of Carolyn, being close with the family, and also her success, with doing true crime the right way. Natasha can't seem to do true crime the right way and be successful, or any other way for that matter. I mean, her other thing was just a WFLA watch party. So yeah, there's that as well. Wait, what the heck? Okay. I don't know why my phone is going off. There's like nobody texting me. So, all right, I'm going to stop sharing this, and then we're going to go to my next video. All right, guys, hold on. Okay. Wait, hopefully everybody was being good. I hope we're all being good. Okay, let me get to this next video here. And this is the one I made, right? So, hold on. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Okay. I just wanted to show, so basically, Natasha has been saying that we're going to start off with, and like I said, I didn't take out the pauses and stuff, because this is on its own a 26-minute video. So this is going to be Natasha from the other night reading out this list of evidence that she's laughing at and saying never happened. Well, I have videos of a lot of that, so we're going to watch that. Just so we can put that to bed, because a lot of these clips are very old that I don't think that she thinks anybody has. And let's do that. Right, okay. I have a whole list of stuff here, but and don't make fun of my like Pokemon stuff on the side there. That's not mine. I assure you. Hold on. Dun dun dun. There it is. Okay, we don't want to share a tab audio. Okay. All right.
Well, so
Oh no. We want to go to the very beginning. All right.
was if they all work together.
So this is her reading the list of what Carolyn is saying that, or I don't know who wrote
This person
this, but
alleges that there were physically written letters mailed to YouTube that claimed I had.
now I just want to say something
them
really quickly. So can I just mention here,
with-
what the hell is it? I'm sorry. I just want to mention though that Natasha has said many times that she's having a really difficult time getting her certified letter from her quote unquote attorneys to even have YouTube sign for it. So that tells me one of two things. The fact that apparently Carolyn's people are able to get a letter, supposedly, allegedly, to YouTube and, you know, be able to, you know, take her down or whatever. Yet you can't seem to get them to either accept one of your letters, or you're just lying about the attorneys, which happens to be my train of thought. Now, I don't know the truth behind this whole situation. Now, I'm inclined to just present the facts here. I wanted to just show that this is what Natasha's saying, you know, is being said against her, and that apparently didn't do when I have videos of her doing just that. So, and like I said, guys, trigger warning, because Natasha's favorite thing to talk about Carolyn is like sexual stuff. So I apologize for that, but you know, it needs to be shown. So, and here we go.
That there were physically written letters mailed to YouTube that claimed I had forced them to the point of no return, and that they had tried to self-harm because of me and my channels. And that
Carolyn had come on at one point in a very emotional, I did find the video of it, I believe, yesterday or today, where she said that the stuff, because what Natasha does, guys, and what you need to understand is that Natasha herself might not be the one doing it, but she is inciting her, and I put two clips in the wrong order here, and I'll clarify it there, but she incites her chat and her community to go over to Carolyn's chat and troll they did. And that, you know, that's it. You know, Carolyn doesn't, she's just trying to do her thing. And here's this woman inciting this harassment thrown her way, and praising people who do it. And you'll hear her do it. It's, you know, you'll hear.
That I was a detriment. It gets better. That I talk about sexually explicit things and invite people to hornbomb my channel.
Well, we'll see.
Basically, like it was some type of den of iniquity over here.
Kind of is.
Which would coincide with why my channels were taken down for sexual content and nudity, if what this person is saying is true.
I'm sorry about the long pauses, guys. It's Natasha, you know.
Allegedly, I zoomed in on her private areas.
Sure did. You want to know who else you did that to, Natasha? You want to know who else you did that to? I recall the time that Jess first came, Granny's watching, first came onto camera, and you and your panel guests spent the better part of 2 hours zooming in on her body, all of her body, and talking about it in great detail and lots of laughter. So yeah, that's definitely something that you absolutely do. I don't want to hear anything other than that. These silences kill me.
Spoke all the time about her vagina.
You do, Natasha, and that's what this video is going to show. It's really gross. Like, if Natasha had done what she's done to Carolyn to me, I would be really, like, that would be really horrible. Like, I'm telling you, like, put yourself in the shoes of the person on the receiving end of this strange woman who you literally, like, don't know, except the fact that you called them out for putting clickbait and telling lies about a true crime case that you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, they're over here making fun of you. And I will say, and this is my fault, and I know I'm going to take accountability for this right now. So, This is not going to make me look like a very good person. This is going to make me look like a piece of shit, actually. And I acknowledge that. And I've apologized to Carolyn already, but I'm going to do it again because, well, Natasha may not have, from anything I have heard, said, had a bashing session about Carolyn's deceased son. What she did do, which is just as bad, is Carolyn Natasha had said something about that situation. Now, I didn't hear it. So people have said that it happened. I believe those people because we know Natasha. So what I'm trying to say is that I just didn't hear that part. But so Carolyn was on alive, and obviously, if you lose, I can't even imagine losing a child. I cannot even imagine losing my son. I cannot fathom having that happen to me so suddenly at such I'm getting chills right now, honestly. So she's grieving, and this something she had heard. I don't know what triggered this whole her being so upset. I don't know what happened with there, but all I do know is that Natasha played a video of when Carolyn was grieving, like hysterically, and genuinely, like is what you could hear the hurt. It was, and they were laughing. The whole panel was chuckling, and actually, I have them doing it the other night too. They were literally laughing at Carolyn's grief about losing her child. That is disgusting. And I was in that chat, and I put laughy emojis in it because I am not always the best person. And so that is how I can tell you with absolute fact that Natasha Cooper absolutely did that. And I shouldn't have. I got caught up in it, and I didn't know what I was listening to. Like I said, I didn't know much about Carolyn. I had listened to that interview that she had, like the one we just played when Natasha streamed it, but like I didn't know anything else. So I wasn't sure what I was listening to, and it sounded like, where I came in but it's not justification. It's not justification because regardless, it's wrong. I shouldn't have done it, and that's a really, really horrible thing to do, and I have no excuse for it, except I'm really sorry, and yeah. But that's how I know it happened. So for the people that say that never happened, it absolutely did. In fact, I have a video of it happening like 3 nights ago with them still continuing to laugh at this video. And I'm not sure if you guys have heard this video. I'm almost uncomfortable playing it because a mother's grief in that, it's very real. And I'm just flabbergasted that there are people that think it's okay to laugh at that, including myself. So, but like I said, I like to think that, once I knew what it was, once I knew what had happened, because I didn't know what had happened. I just heard this woman screaming. Once I heard, I felt like the biggest piece of shit in the entire, and I did apologize. But so let's continue.
I'm putting every one of them under a microscope. Every one of them, one by one by one.
So wait, I hate this thing. This is like new. So basically, where we're at now is she's talking about how she's starting to dig on people. And this is where every instance that I have part one of her talking about Carolyn.
What this person is saying is true.
All right. I never am on my laptop doing YouTube. Never.
Mention on their channel. Every person. Merv wants to talk about me. Well, her husband's on her channel. I'm pretty sure there's some things about her husband that she probably wouldn't want to be discussed. Guess what? I don't care. It's all coming out. All of it. Her ex-ramblers have lots. You're not secure with yourself, Merv. Turn that shit off. I don't want to hear it. That's what she does. And everything is okay. Oh, she has 105 people watching? You're right, I am disturbed. I am. I'm predictable and bothered. I am bothered by you, you bitch, because you can't keep my name out your fucking mouth. I haven't even talked about you, you bothered, bitter bitch. But here you are talking about me again because you're a titty baby bitch that does nothing but cry about somebody else talking about you. She looks like a hook-nosed pussy. Well, who the hell is the last time I ran here looked like her, I punched him in the nose.
So you guys can see. Why is this doing this? Oh my god.
Basically like it was some type of den of the
What the hell? Okay. I don't like this new feature that they have here. It's kind of annoying. What the hell? Is this for real?
That's what she does. Everything is
there we go. Now I just lost my train of thought. Thanks a lot. Oh god. Oh, what was I trying to say? I was trying to say that, as you could see from the other thing I just played, Carolyn, and you guys can go watch for yourself. Like I said, I know she has a lot of content. So it's hard to know what videos are what and what you should look for. I get that. And that's why I wanted to play that, because I want people to see that. Carolyn has never come at Natasha in a way that is inappropriate. I mean, for everything that I have seen, it's just her basically stating facts or talking about it very calmly in a discuss. You know what I mean? So it's not like this. So there is no reason for a response like this towards you when you haven't spoken about that person in any sort of way that would negate this sort of language.
Okay. Oh, she has 105 people watching? You're right, I am disturbed. I am. I'm predictable and bothered. I am bothered by you, little bitch, because you can't keep my name out your fucking mouth. I haven't even talked about you, you bothered, bitter bitch. But here you are talking about me again because you're a titty baby bitch that does nothing but cry about somebody else talking about you. She looks like a hook-nosed hussy. Well, who the hell? If I had somebody around here look like her, I'd punch him in the nose. You're a hypocritical old bitch. She's making fun of you where you live. What is she making fun of where I live?
Pretty sure she wasn't, but that doesn't
Well,
sound
sure she knows. She's got a background check on me. She's crazy. You know how she's on the police department? She reported me because I'm talking about her. But she talks about me nonstop. No, well, maybe once when she called. The rest of the time I laugh at her ass.
actually, hold on, guys. I think maybe it's still on the. I hate this. I loathe this. I don't ever want to do this again. How the flying F nuggets? Okay. Oh, that's because you. I'm so stupid, guys. Why is this not working? I give up. We're gonna have to listen to it in like the double speed. I'm sorry. I don't know why my computer is really horrible today. Or not working for whatever reason. I'm just trying to. Oh, there we go. That's why you guys can't hear her. All right. Let's do that. Okay. All right. Oh my god! What the fuck? Okay. There we go.
It ain't got nothing to do with what I look like on the outside. My confidence is inside.
Oh, we missed part of it.
The only thing you know how to do is read a newspaper article. The only reason you had any success with true crime is because you hooked your wagon to the Rusches. That's it.
She's very jealous
You're
of
not
that.
talented with true crime. And here's you another challenge, because I've said it 5,000 times. I'm going to challenge you again. You said you want to challenge me to stand beside you in a bathing suit. See, unlike you, Merv, with your hook nose, said you wanted to challenge me to a 30-mile bike ride, put your wide ass on a bike and let's do it. I'll do it. Hell, damn ambulance might have to come, but I'll damn sure try it. Because guess what? Unlike you, I'm not a pussy. And I will stand my fat ass right beside you in a bathing suit. I don't care, because I am confident in myself. It ain't got nothing to do with what I look like on the outside. My confidence is inside. You ain't got none. Probably ain't got none. But that's besides the point. That's probably why you sit damn looking like you constipated all the time. I've already offered to buy you a rose. Oh, and I know. It's offended your delicate sensibilities, because Lord forbid that we talk about anything of the sexual nature over here, because you can't even say dick. She can't even say dick. She says, I'm nothing else. Instead of saying bullshit, she says bullshite. She's a dumb bitch. She tries to act like she's stupid.
Nothing wrong with that. My videos might be able to be monetized if I didn't swear.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I know by the way you walked into that thing, shit, what was the name of it? What's the name of that store uptown? What's the name of that store that she waddled into? I know by the way you waddled your ass in there, you ain't riding no bike for no 30 miles. First of all, the seat of that bike would be up your ass crack. You'd have hemorrhoids down to your kneecaps if you rode a bike for 30 miles with that ass.
I think I accidentally put this clip twice, so bear with me.
You want to keep talking about me, and you want to keep talking about me, and you want to keep talking about me, and lying, and lying.
What was she lying about? What was she lying about?
I've never talked badly of your deceased son ever. You're a
Yes,
lying
you did.
bitch.
Yes, you did.
Ever. I don't talk about the deceased.
You sure did.
I've
You
never
laughed.
talked badly about Shanann Watts or her children. You're a lying bitch.
So, guys, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. That's what she's mad about, is what I just showed you. So you tell me how Carolyn is at all the aggressor here. I did put this twice by accident. I figured I could just talk over the long pauses for my, fair use. La la la. Oh god, I think oh, there it is, okay. Sorry, thought I lost my something. She's talking to her family about this. Like,
you have talked about the damn makeup that we're selling, talking about how it's used. Lady, you're selling moldy, mildewed napkins. And I'm sure they smell like a horse's asshole. Sort of like you look. Serial killer, I know why she's doing it. She needs views because hers suck. Your channel sucks, lady. Your channel sucks like you wish you sucked. And I'm sure your husband wishes. I don't give a shit. I'm over it. I told y'all. When I came back, I was coming back. And there ain't no relenting. This bitch hasn't shut the fuck up about me the entire time. And I'm going to tell you something else. Shells from the beach, you dumbass, aren't meant to be decoupaged with stupid-ass napkins.
I don't even know what decoupage is.
Ugly, and it is literally geriatric crafting that you do in the old folks'
Who
home.
cares?
I mean, I realize you got one foot in the door there. But, come on. That is the ugliest shit. The only time you get views, you old nasty bitch, is when you put my name in your title.
God.
That's it.
Sounds
You can't get
interesting.
views any other time.
Sounds interesting after hearing that interview, huh?
Anything and get views.
Thought she didn't care about views. Natasha.
You constantly look like you smell something bad. And I don't know if it's your ass or if that's just how your nose really looks. But I'm about over it. I told y'all, every one of you, if y'all didn't lay off when I came back, oh God, now that'd be nice.
Here's the thing. Carolyn wasn't even talking about her at this point. Not in any way that would...
Oh, yeah, she didn't play the part where they were talking about Mariah. She didn't play the part. And she said that she is fantastic at true crime.
That was what Natasha was mad about in that interview.
The only thing you know how to do is read a newspaper article.
The
only reason you had any success with true crime is because you hooked your wagon to the Rusches. That's it. You're not talented with true crime. And here's you another challenge, because I've said it 5,000 times. I'm going to challenge you again. You said you wanted to challenge me to stand beside you in a bathing suit. See, unlike you, Merv, with your hook nose, said you wanted to challenge me to a 30-mile bike ride. Put your wide ass on a bike and let's do it. I'll do it. Hell, damn ambulance might have to come, but I'll damn sure try it.
Don't give her an excuse to sad
you,
fish.
I'm not a pussy. And I will stand my fat ass right beside you in a bathing suit. I don't care because I am confident in myself. It ain't got nothing to do with what I look like on the outside.
Are you though, Natasha? Are you though?
You ain't got none. Probably ain't got none. But that's besides the point. That's probably why you sit damn looking like you constipated all the time. I've already offered to buy you a rose. Oh, and I know.
Why is this playing again? I told you I accidentally did this twice.
That we talk about anything of the sexual nature over here because you can't even say dick. She can't even say dick. She says, yeah, they have to have reported the dicks. I feel it. They just meant they don't have a dick.
They weren't even whole dicks. They were only
They're looking for everything they can to take us down.
Absolutely.
They're going to be nitpicking and,
That's okay.
Whatever.
I got 50 other channels.
We know.
Waiting.
This didn't age well. This did not age well.
Ready to go.
Look at all these people are
Make
gone.
sure y'all subscribe to the other channel.
All these people.
Decline 2.0.
That's how many people she's been through.
I don't know what these bitches think is going to happen.
Oh, yeah? Really?
And just an FYI, I don't want to hear about anything that these other channels are talking about. Because listen, if they're talking about me, they're giving somebody else a rest. I'm going to stream TT's channel just because I honestly think she's a joke. But the rest of them, shit, I don't care. Lady, there's been a lot of people that I would like to send a glitter dick to, or a box of dicks, or a box of glitter, or something. But you're not one of them.
So, oh my God, I hate this thing. Oh my God. Is this for real? Is this like a new feature on YouTube? I have never had this problem. What
this person
oh my God.
Is true.
Okay, well, now that we've been interrupted, this is why I've never had this problem. But so she's saying here about when somebody sent Carolyn one of those, glitter dick things, like, the send people like a bag of dicks. So they had sent it to her P.O. box, I think is my understanding of it. And here's the thing, Natasha. This is my point. you don't have to be the one that purchased it. I don't believe that you would waste money on anybody, especially on something like that. Now, but you do encourage your audience to do it. And you do it. I have an example of it, which I should have put before this clip. But this is the stuff you say all the time. You keep, and I am so sorry for having to say this out loud. I really am. But basically, you just keep saying that, Carolyn needs this and needs this and needs this. So no wonder somebody sent her that. How many times did you say it? I lost count. So yes, you are encouraging your audience to go and do that. Let me play it. I have to go plug my laptop in, but while I do that, let me get back to the thing. All right, well, we'll start here again. All of these people, by the way, at least the ones I recognize, no longer support her. So that should tell you something.
I think is going to happen. And just an FYI, I don't want to hear about anything that these other channels are talking about. Listen, if they're talking about me, they're giving somebody else a rest. I'm going to stream TT's channel just because I honestly think she's a joke. But the rest of them, shit, I don't care. Lady, there's been a lot of people that I would like to send a glitter dick to, or a box of dicks, or a box of glitter, or something. But you're not one of them. You're not one of them. I wouldn't waste any money on you. But that's not what ticked my turtle. What ticked my turtle was that you're all the time crying, or pretending to cry, and saying that people talk about your children, and people do this, and people do that, and they don't. And I've said repeatedly that you need a dick.
Bingo.
Not literally. I said you need a dick. For you to say that what happened to my dog to get have skills.
And that's not what happened either, guys. I wish I had that video. So she's trying to say that Carolyn said that it was karma that her daughter got hit in the face with a firework, or hit herself in the face with a firework. Not sure how that happens. That's not what was said. I actually heard that clip today. That was twisted to fit her narrative. Carolyn said something like that, but it wasn't in the way that Natasha's presenting it. So I cleared that up. I wish I had gotten a thing of links just so people could go look. Because like I said, I never watched Carolyn, so I didn't know. So I had to go look for myself. I don't want to talk on something I'm not informed about. But
up to par like you think they are, then you'd know that. You ain't got nothing new, bitch, because there ain't nothing. You are just another tired-ass old bitter bitch who got her undies in a twist and her ass cheeks chapped by me. And you can't stand it. But see, what you can't stand is that, listen, I can't help that your pussy needs pounding, bitch. Oh my dear Lord.
how is this appropriate?
And I'm so sorry that you don't have a video of two scoots with the strap on going to town.
Oh God. Okay, this is gonna do this again. Oh, good, I did it. Okay. So that right there, guys, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure on what planet that's appropriate to say. So she's talking about Carolyn and Two Scooter. As if you can tell by Two Scoots. So yes. Hold on. Yeah. So this one here in this lovely shirt that she's wearing, I think that she looks terrifying, by the way, in this video. But here she is, and this is a long clip, guys, so I'll just talk over it. But this is her discussing it again, and this was only a few nights ago. Just a few nights ago. So she's still going on about this. She's obsessed with it. So for her to say that she doesn't talk about Carolyn in that way is just false. I have 26 minutes of it. This is just part one. Not kidding when I have a ton of videos. I just think she looks ridiculous, so we're just going to talk over her. That counts, right? That counts for fair use. I think it does.
I've never in my life. Y'all are wound up tighter than Dick's hat band. Tighter than Dick's hat band. Y'all need some release.
She's talking about the Rambler community.
It's like,
then they got a rose, and it'd be like, well, Scott, I'm quite certain you're correct. I don't even think, you'd have to have, is there a rose that has a jackhammer setting? Because I feel sure that some of these haven't been touched in so long, they've probably seized up. You know how like a motor seizes up? It's probably like, doesn't even know how to work anymore.
But yeah, she doesn't talk about them sexually. Okay. Okay, Natasha. Whatever you say.
Bitch is going to be drilling through concrete. Like, I don't even know anymore.
I don't like that shirt. I don't like it. It's too busy.
Daniel, they ain't got no high mileage. They running on empty. They've been sitting in the damn garage, and they ain't going nowhere. That's why they seized up. Could you imagine?
So that's what I'm saying. She's talking about the Rambler community in Carolyn. I'm sure you guys figured that out.
Powdered milk for the tits. You got old Scooch Toot Toot over here, powdered milk feeding baby dolls. And then you got the other ones who legitimately their clitoris has turned to stone from lack of use. Hell, it's probably sealed shut. They're just a little opening to pee.
Her lipstick is kind of, too. God.
It's, like pussy minus the Y. This message is to you. Well, she is a puss. And she's also a freaking wallflower and a wilting. She's just disgusting. You can't get views. Your channel sucks a limp dick, and I'm sure your husband has one. And I've had it. You are so freaking jealous. You cannot quit talking about me. Just because Country Joe came over here the night that my grandmother was watching karaoke.
Yeah.
You pitched a bitch fit like a toddler.
I'm not sure about, where is this? That's not, anything that's about her that's like, I'm proving the thing. I don't remember what that was about. I know that there was a better quit that.
Lady, you're selling moldy mildew.
Okay. Maybe it was this.
You make me want to vomit, lady. You are so desperate that you have to try to drag everybody that you can down.
Like, y'all hearing this?
About the damn makeup that we're selling, talking about how it's
Well, listen to it again.
Lady, you're selling moldy, mildewed napkins. And I'm sure they smell like a horse's asshole. Sort of like you look.
I can't. Like, there was nothing done to Natasha that would warrant this.
I know
nothing.
why she's doing it. She needs views because hers sucks.
Says the woman who
Your
just said that
channel
interview.
Sucks, lady.
Oh, okay.
Your channel sucks like you wish you sucked. And I'm sure your husband wishes.
I know I have more.
I told y'all, every one of you, if y'all didn't lay off.
What? Why is this playing again?
The only reason you had any success.
Why is it playing 3 times? Excuse me. None of you told me I just needed to proofread this.
You ain't got none.
Oh my god, we listened to this too.
Because you can't even say dick.
We already listened to this. I'm okay. Well. Okay. Alright, hold on a second. I'm gonna stop sharing just for a minute there because apparently I need to fact check not fact check. What am I saying? Proofread my stuff so I know that I didn't put multiples of things. Where is it? Is this it here? Okay. Oh, I'll say. So I'm going to play this for you guys, okay? And this was on Natasha's the other day. And if you want to see what they were doing, I'm going to let you know right now. This is like really upsetting, and it is definitely something you're going to want your headphones for. But I'm going to play it just so you can see that she is still doing this. She is still doing this. Because this is from just a few other nights, but she wants to say that she doesn't laugh at stuff like this and doesn't allow her panel guests to, laugh at this, which is really not funny at all. But I'm going to play it. So guys, maybe turn down your headphones.
You don't get to lie about him. I talked about my son dying of an overdose. Are you out of your freaking mind? Who the hell do you think you are? Who the hell do you think you are? Say it to my face! Say it to my face! Get over here and say it to my face! Don't you ever talk about my son! I am going to sue the and pants off you, Cooper! You're gone, and I'm going to start striking every one of your videos now that has my content. See if that.
Don't strike me, Carolyn.
Sorry, I said that.
Like this. That didn't even happen.
Yes, it did. I was there.
I'm waiting for her to sue me for I don't know when.
Well, we're waiting for you to sue us, Natasha. So that's what that is. That's what that is. Oh my God, why is this thing? I hate the internet. Oh, okay, there we go. So I don't know in what world it's appropriate to mock somebody who is experiencing grief like that, but you could hear it. These people are laughing. They're laughing. They think it's funny, and it's not funny. It's not funny at all. And it absolutely did happen. Like I said, I don't know what the original event that set that up. Like, I don't know. I don't know that because I was in Natasha's chat at the time. Like, I don't know how that happened, but all I know is that they were laughing at it. The whole chat was laughing at it. I wish I took screenshots. It was a sight to behold of the worst of the worst. Let me tell you. But yeah, I'm just telling you, like, this is what the point of what I was trying to do here is that I wanted to be sure that people could see some of how this all started. Because like I said, Carolyn has a lot of content. So going through it is not always easy. And her titles don't always show. I mean, actually some of them do, but you have to go you have to scroll to it a year ago. If you guys think that this is something new, it's not something new. And that is what Natasha is mad about. That is what started this, was Carolyn calling her out about being really just not being ethical and using best practice when it comes to her reporting on true crime. And Natasha was very jealous that Carolyn was able to do a good job. And that's the end of the story. And so Natasha has to try to discredit her and bring her down as much as possible. When if you just go over and watch Carolyn's content, you will see that none of how Carolyn treats Natasha warrants what she gets back. That's just my opinion. I don't think that, and as you saw in that little interview thing, Carolyn and Two Scooter and I think there was Mimi up there, and I don't know the other two women, but there were two others up there, and one of them I recognized the name. And they were all very respectful to Natasha. They didn't speak over her. I mean, I think that they handled that incredibly well. It wasn't like some, food fight free for all. It definitely had some order to it, and that's the basic gist of it. Natasha doesn't like it because actually I found a video that she had done where she went through all the facts, literally with receipts of the scamming that Natasha had done prior to coming to YouTube. And Carolyn and Two Scooter came on, and they had the receipts, they had the text message, they had everything. I didn't even see some of it. They did a great job covering it, but I think that a lot of these people are new and have not seen it. So people need to do the research. They do. Because you don't always know the whole picture. And I really do encourage people that support her right now, that support Natasha, go look at the other side. And you tell me whether what Natasha, any sort of backlash or response, because you expect Carolyn to have to deal with that and not say anything. That's ridiculous. Of course she's going to say something, but none of what she says to Natasha is at all even on the same level of the nasty that gets thrown back her way. And yes, I agree with you, Dorothy. Dorothy definitely joined Natasha as like her money moves. I think, Dorothy is the kind of person, and I actually called this. I've said this a few times. I've said this for months on several lives, where Dorothy's the kind of person that would pretend to be Natasha's friend up front, but behind the scenes be part of taking her down and keeping her off of YouTube, which from what I've seen, it's looking like she might have had something to do with it. It's looking like she knew about some stuff. But I don't know. I don't know the deal with that. I don't know what to believe with that. I don't have an opinion on that. I don't. I think that, the facts are out there about Natasha. I don't know why there would need to be a private investigator when I don't think that would be able to, everything's already out there. So I have no idea, but I'm not familiar with how that stuff works. So I'm not even going to comment on that. And after everything that has gone on, that, we might not even know the half of. But like I said, Carolyn doesn't delete stuff. Everything, it is all there. So you just have to take the time to go through it, and you can see for yourself, which I can imagine is very frustrating for her. But here we are. And I haven't seen people like do clip channels like in support of her. I don't think I haven't come across any. But really, I think she just wants to be left alone. I think she wants to be left alone. She doesn't need Natasha for views. That's really a bizarre thing to say. But I think that she just wants to be left alone to do her crafting and have her community. That's what she built it on. That's what it's all about. Whether her community is your cup of tea or not, that's a whole other story. It doesn't have to be your cup of tea. I'm not saying that, Carolyn is the most perfect person on the planet. I don't know her, so I can't say that. But, she certainly doesn't want the likes of Natasha Cooper crossing over there. Like, that is not anything she ever wanted. She wasn't familiar with Natasha when she called her out. Like, they didn't really know each other. And Carolyn did that, and Natasha has been going back at her ever since. But I wanted everybody to, that grief is real, Earthbound Spirit. Absolutely. I'm so sorry you also lost a child. That is unbelievable. I cannot imagine losing my son. It would devastate. I cannot even imagine, and I'm so sorry you also had to go through that. But that is real grief. I can hear it. Like, I can't, if I get chills when something's like there's emotion, it's usually real. I have a kind of a weird sensor with that. I get chills if something's legit and real. If it's not, it doesn't faze me. But I don't think that was, I know Natasha likes to say that she puts on an act for, that was not an act. That was not an act. That was very legit. And I'm so sorry for anybody in the chat or who might be listening who, has lost a loved one. But, I think losing a child is a whole thing of its own, like parents, we're supposed to outlive our children. Outlive our children. Oh my God, guys, I'm like half asleep. You guys know what I'm saying. Like we're not supposed to outlive our children. And yeah, it's heartbreaking. I'm so sorry for all of you. Like, honestly, I cannot even imagine. I can't even put myself in that situation. So for people to say anything about that, even if you have been in that situation, everybody handles things differently. Everybody handles grief in a different way. Everybody, and it's, it sounds like she had been pushed to get to that point. Like I said, I don't know what happened, but it sounds like she had been pushed. So yeah. Yeah, it would be the most right. I'm telling you. And I think what people are like, a lot of people like to judge, and they're like, well, Carolyn shouldn't be on here if she's, well, if that's her community and that's her support system and that's who's helping her through it, then why shouldn't she be on? You know what I mean? That should tell you guys even more that all Carolyn wants is to be left alone and have her community. Like, she came on here because that's what they do. Like, they're up all night doing crafts. That's and they talk about true crime, and they talk about a lot of things, actually. But yeah, so, why shouldn't she be on here? Why shouldn't she? These are the people that she surrounds herself with, and that's the people that, keep her going. And why shouldn't she have her community at a time like that? That's what the community's for. The fact that you're like, eavesdropping and peeping in and recording it so you guys can laugh at it, that's your problem. That's your problem. That's not her problem. It's disgusting. It's gross. I couldn't believe some of the stuff I heard out of Natasha in that interview saying that about the Rushiks. I had no idea she had said that. I don't remember that. And there it was, her saying that the Rushiks are, coming on here and using the fact that they lost a child for views, basically, and to make money. That is basically what she said. She said what they do is no different than what she does. Unfreaking believable. Unbelievable. The family can do whatever they want as far as I'm concerned. It's their loved one. I don't care what they do. They can do whatever they want. If they want to have a fundraiser every day like Natasha does, that's fine too. I don't, who am I to tell anybody like that? But Natasha, I do want to mention though, I did see a screenshot of a certain somebody's PayPal today. A certain recliner dwelling woman who resides in Florida, in a good state of Florida. That's an awful lot of money there, Natasha. I thought you didn't have enough money for, I don't know, back to school shopping and, necessities and things like that. That looks like an awful lot more than I have in my bank account. I'll tell you that. That doesn't sound like somebody who should need a whole lot of help there. And that was, I have to look into. Someone said I got a comment. Somebody said something about I agree with you, Ruthann. I agree with you. There's something about it being a business, or I don't know the deal with that. I got to look into it before I comment on it. But I assure you that if it's nefarious, then it's probably true about Natasha. Natasha loves to make up lots of things. Get it? Makeup? What? She's milking this whole thing, the PI thing, for all it's worth. And honestly, I think it's interesting. And I think you guys will find out later. Some of the stuff that she's saying, is literally, she's lying. She's lying. She's absolutely lying. And I don't know if it's working. Like I said, my last live was about digging into like her really messed up marketing practices. And this seems to be another tactic. But yeah, if you take any look at that, I don't care if that's a business or a personal account. She doesn't have a business, so that's clearly a personal account, But yeah, I'm not really sure why she needs a bunch of, fundraisers or whatever. There are people, what she does is takes away for people that actually do fundraisers for something that they need. Or even that they want, but they don't do it all the time. So they're like, hey, if you want to help me out, here it is. I don't have a problem with that either. But when you're doing it day after day after day after day, and you're saying you only do it because it's your only source of income, well, what was your excuse for the past other, 10, 11 months? What was your response then? Like, why was it necessary then? Because that, your logic wouldn't fit there. So just saying. Yeah, Rody Gal, I'm telling you, I'm glad that I think a lot of people are starting to see that, though. I think that her begging for money and her pushing that the way she has, the sad fishing, and the fact that the only content she was putting out was sad fishing, I think that wasn't a good look, and I think that made her take a hit. I think people were like, hey, why am I paying a membership or donating for content that I don't enjoy anymore? And a lot of people were giving her feedback, whether it be in her chat or comment section. A lot of it wasn't even trying to be rude. A lot of it was like, Natasha, I used to really enjoy your channel. You used to be funny, and now you don't do shit. It's boring. And yeah. No, she's not supposed to be here. That's absolutely true. Like, her AdSense is flagged. So if she monetizes, that alerts YouTube that she's on here because it's under your social. That's why she doesn't. She's not choosing not to. She's just noticed that every time she does, it draws attention to the fact that she's here, and YouTube boots her. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, I don't think people quite understand how hard it is to get somebody off of this platform or any platform in general. If she had not done something wrong, she would be back by now. Like, the fact that it's taken this long should tell you everything you need to know about the severity of it. People lose channels a lot, and they get them back. Brittany has lost her channel. I can't think of anybody else, but I'm sure there are others that have lost their channel, and they get it back within a day or so. So most of them, some of them, and she should have just done her time. I've heard of people that have left YouTube, and the agreement was that they have to stay off for a year and then they can come back. She should have just gone away for a while. The fact that she continued to make more channels actually pissed YouTube off even more, and they told her so on Twitter. But she's not going to tell you that or show you that. Oh God. Yeah. I hope I can reach my goal today. It's at 25%. Guys, just wanted to remind you, it's at 25% right now. And my goal, right? Whatever. Douche Canoe isn't real. Neither is Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy. There you go. End of story. Yeah, she gets fired, but she refuses to leave. Like, I can't. Just like give it a rest. And she's tried other channels. She says it's because we take her down on. I've never reported the woman, so I don't know who they are. I don't know what this they is, but I'm not down with it. I'm not part of that. I know Dorothy likes to refer to me in plural. BeePlus. I'm telling you guys, I wish I could change my name. It's so dumb. Like, it's so dumb. But I feel like that's what people know me as now. I don't think I can. Yeah, she does. She keeps sneaking in and stealing from the supply closet. That's what she's doing. But, yes, Dorothy has dumped NC. Well, oh, has she? Has that happened again, Tracy? That's interesting. I'm not surprised. That would... it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, Dorothy was live during Natasha's makeup sale, which is a big no-no. And, oh, that's what I wanted to play for you. This is what Dorothy really thinks of everything right now. So if she actually did leave that whole thing, which don't come back here, Dorothy, until you're ready to apologize for lying to me, and then we can have a conversation. Or I'm willing to have a conversation if you tell me and say publicly why you lied about me, about a few things, actually. Just say you were wrong. Just say you lied, and we can move on. Until then, no, we're not. Hold on. I wanted to play with something that Dorothy said today, but I'm going to play it on my phone. And I didn't edit it, so... Oh, my God. Guys, when I tell you I have when I tell you I have videos, I have videos. I have 1,203. And that's just what's on my phone. And most, I'd say 75 at least, is YouTube related. But let's listen to Dorothy's clip right here. This is what Dorothy thinks.
I say a band. She's going to hire a band.
Hold on.
Ah, a lawyer. Who knew? That was the last thing on my mind. Oh my goodness, that's what I thought.
Come on, Dorothy.
Now, lawyer, I'm going to start a fund for legal fees. Oh my God. You hypocritical, ridiculous,
I think she's talking about
pathetic
Carolyn.
person. Didn't you have a big problem with legal funds being created for lawyers? Oh my God. Threatening to take away everything that my family needs to survive. Get a job. My livelihood. Job. My family's income. Job.
Yes!
And you are all going to sit in chats.
So there you go, Natasha. That's what Dorothy thinks of you. All of those things. Go get a fucking job. Okay? There you go. I'm sorry, I have a cough. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to play, because that's what Dorothy thinks, guys. That's what Dorothy thinks. I love that that's literally everything Natasha's been whining and crying about for a really. I honestly want her to get her channel, but she's still here. So what's the difference? Give her her thing back, so she just shuts the fuck up and goes away. Let's see. Wait. I can read this. Let's see. I was saying more that on the no, I don't think Natasha was being civil at all. No, I was talking about more how the people on the panel, Carolyn and Two Scooter and Mimi, I thought they all did a really great job being civil. They were civilized. I wasn't saying she was. I said that they were like this woman is talking over them and yelling, and they're just sitting there and they're being very rational. I mean, I would have escalated with her. I would have gone back at her like that. That's just who I am. And I respect the fact that they were calm and had tried to have a civil conversation. That's what I meant. I wasn't talking about Natasha. Not at all. Not even close. I was talking about the rest of the ladies up there. Yeah, I mean, but she could go get a job. I mean, there's plenty of things that she could do. Plenty of things she could go do. Dorothy. Oh, no way. Oh, I need to find that then. Dorothy. I have some, guys, I'm telling you, when I tell you that I feel like there's things in the works, I think there's things in the works right now. I'm not going to call it yet because I could be wrong and it involves many things, but I'm seeing, I told Michelle a little bit about it yesterday. I think I see what's going on. And Natasha's going to be very unhappy with that. So I think everyone's going to go, honestly. she hasn't been treating her friends very nicely lately either. And I guess they're probably tired of it too. Her content isn't even content. You know, the only time she's gotten views recently is when she was talking about Carolyn. Like, let's be honest. Who needs who for views? I don't know. I mean, your sad fishing doesn't seem to get a whole lot of, people. Gets more people than I understand, though. That's for sure. But yes, I'm gonna have to go catch up on Dorothy and whatever fuckery she has going on. But yes, I don't know who's next. I don't know. I have no idea if that wasn't a. Hold on, I don't know what Dorothy. I have to go look at it. Yeah, the economy sucks right now. I mean, it's not great at all. I can tell you that. I mean, the price of it, I don't even understand. I have a lot of things to say because I'm just like, it makes me angry to think about that. But S. Hockett, really interesting. I don't think I've had any interactions with them. But there's I want to know how the cult justifies I mean, you want to tell me? I bet that 11K is more than a lot of them have in their bank accounts for disposable income right now. Not saying everybody. There are definitely people that are good at saving money. But when you're, don't get enough, you don't make enough money to, whatever. I certainly don't have that much. I mean, I think that's more probably what I have right now. I don't even want to admit that because they'll just laugh at me. So I don't want to be laughed at. But I don't have a lot, Definitely don't. But yeah, let's see. Oh God, what did I mean? Oh, she's dragging her now. Oh snap. Okay, I might have to leave. I might, because Dorothy is kind of my person. Because she likes to lie about me, especially. Oh my God, yes, guys, that is absolutely true. Dorothy is live right now. This is why I no longer support Natasha and what I discovered. So I'm gonna end this live because I'm curious about what this is. So I need to know, because guys, let's just keep in mind, as much as it is Natasha, but Dorothy does like to make things up, like complete lies. So who knows? I need to be the judge of this, but I'm gonna head over there. Don't forget to like this video, guys, and hit that subscription button, and I will see you guys very, very soon.